all, and welcome to a new season of Lights, Camera, Akron. Important things are happening, and we're here to tell you all about them. As always, and for now, I'm your host, Tyrese West.
And I'm Hannah Wines, the newest addition to the LCA team. It's nice to meet you all, and it's great to be here.
And it's great to have you. It's refreshing to see that UA campus is full of students walking around again. This is the first semester since the pandemic that we've been able to do this. The university has welcomed its students back to campus, once again under new safety guidelines. Students must adhere to wearing masks in all buildings, on campus, assigned seating arrangements in classrooms, and more importantly, a vaccine mandate.
That's right. The university sent out an advisory at the beginning of the fall semester that stated all students and faculty must be fully vaccinated by December 13th, 2021. This was a decision made by the University of Akron Board and the Health and Safety Commission. Unlike in many other states, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has not chosen to mandate vaccine requirements for the state. However, the case is different here at the university. Our reporter, Leah Gombosh, has more on the story and what students are thinking here at Akron.
The University of Akron has recently made the decision to require all students and staff to have the COVID-19 vaccine by December 13th in order to enroll in spring semester. Today we are on campus at the university in order to get students' opinions about this debated topic.
I think it's a good thing because I think a lot of the reason that we're still going through this pandemic and we're having these numbers rise is because not enough people are vaccinated. So I think by having the university require it, that's at least a good step in the right direction to make sure that we're going to start seeing this pandemic de-escalate instead of what we continue to see as numbers get worse and people are getting more and more sick every day, unfortunately.
Although some students were pleased with the university's decision, not all agreed with their choice to require the vaccine for enrollment.
It's something that I thought of a lot and I'm pretty involved with in my classes regarding it as like a pre-med major, but I think that it wasn't the right decision to mandate it and that it's a personal decision that everyone needs to make for themselves and even like talking with their loved ones. But I think it's a pretty personal decision and I don't think it was right for the university to require it.
The James A. Road Arena was just one of the vaccine distribution sites available to students on campus. In April, it was responsible for distributing the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and was one of the most popular distribution sites for the campus community. In their statement, the university made sure to mention that the vaccines are free and widely accessible. In Summit County alone, there are over 70 vaccine administration locations. However, students continue to voice their concerns regarding the willingness of their fellow students to get vaccinated.
I think with something like this, people are sort of stubborn, and if they've chosen at this point not to go into getting the vaccine, I think they're going to continue that way. Again, I'm not really sure what these specific reasons might be, personal or otherwise, but at least to me, I don't really agree with them. I feel like this has gone too far, and we need to see things change when it comes to COVID.
While some students felt confident in their opinion, others continued to weigh the pros and cons.
I think one of the main pros is that if you do get COVID-19, it has been shown to lessen like the influences that it has over you and your body. But I think one of the cons is that it was developed very quickly and mRNA isn't something that's typically in vaccines. So I think that that's something that's kind of uncharted territory. So I would consider that a con.
While the university's vaccine deadline is December 13th, certain areas on campus may require students to be vaccinated much sooner. Vaccine exemptions can be requested for medical or religious reasons. However, those without an exemption or proof of vaccination by the deadline will not be able to enroll in spring semester. The university is planning to work with local partners to bring vaccination opportunities to campus in light of these requirements. I'm Leah Gombosh reporting for ZTV.
Thank you, Leah. Those are some interesting opinions coming from students at UA, and I think, in this case, it's important to consider the pros and the cons of this vaccine mandate. As Leah said, and this is an important note, students are able to request exemption from the vaccine under certain circumstances. So, it's not so jarring when that's taken into account as the University of Akron continues to monitor these conditions and guidelines moving forward.
Yes, hopefully this effort will ensure the safety of students and staff at the university as students resume in-person classes this semester. In other news, the University of Akron has also updated its safety guidelines following an off-campus shooting that resulted in the death of 18-year-old Maya McFetridge over the weekend. Students are mourning the loss as police are still searching for the suspects responsible.
A truly tragic event indeed. President Miller and the Board of Trustees addressed the university's commitment to maintaining safety within the community in a conference that highlighted its plans to reduce violence in the Akron community. Reporter Luke Hanna has more details on the complete statement and the discussions following in this difficult time. Luke?
Over the past week, the University of Akron has had to confront tragedy and questions over the safety of the student community. One day after a fatal shooting incident, President Gary L. Miller released a statement expressing his sorrow at the event and promising that he will, quote, continue to work with the city of Akron to develop and refine ways to reduce violence in the areas south of Exchange Street. He stated that since 2017, the university has formed a Board of Trustees Safety and Facilities Committee to address emerging safety issues, partnered with First Energy and the city to install new lighting in the area south of Exchange Street, added a module to the UA mobile app to allow for quicker access to public safety services, and implemented a public safety swing shift to patrol the area during high activity times and areas of. In addition, he promised to hold a conference providing more information. This conference occurred on September 21st at 3 p.m. In it, President Miller reported that Maya McFetridge of Berea, Ohio, was tragically killed this past weekend in a senseless act of violence in an area of the city just south of campus. He expressed sorrow for her family and reaffirmed his commitment to student safety, stating that I am personally committed to doing whatever it takes to secure the safety of every person who comes to this university to learn, work, or visit. There's nothing more important to me and this university community. He also gave an explanation of the steps he has taken in the past to further student safety, including additional lighting, police patrols, and education towards students on how to stay safe. President Gary Miller announced further steps that he planned to implement in order to improve safety. These included increasing the number of UAPD officers, reviewing the contract with the Akron Police Department, spending $1 million on new security, hiring private security, and working with student leaders to educate students on safety. In closing, he announced future meetings with the Akron City Council, Summit County Council, and County Executive, key legislators, community business leaders, and the Summit County Sheriff's Office and the Ohio State Highway Patrol. The purpose of these meetings will be to review zoning, achieve greater oversight of landlords, improve housing, and achieve better policing.
Thank you, Luke. The University of Akron and fellow community members are taking this event very seriously. As the search for the culprit continues, we here at ZTV express our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Maya McFetridge. If you or anyone you know has any information on the case, please contact the City of Akron Police Department as soon as possible.
On that note, we will take our first commercial break. Lights, Camera, Akron will return after these messages. Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron. Here are our top stories. Summer is coming to an end and fall is right around the corner.
That's right. Students at UA aren't the only ones headed back to school. Many school districts are beginning to welcome their students back to physical classrooms. That said, the school districts have new regulations and materials required for their return from virtual learning. This proves to be a heavy burden for some parents as they struggle to keep up with these needs.
The lists are getting longer and the supply doesn't meet the demand in many cases. To combat this, a kind-hearted member of the community put on a book bag giveaway for the return to alleviate the stress of parents and families.
I have always wanted to say this on camera. Hi, Mom. That's right. I went back home to Canton to help my mom, Tracy West, put on this event. Let's check it out. Pencils, folders, glue, and notebooks are among the many things on the list of required materials that students are to have as they return to school. They're distracted with everyday tasks that keep them busy and end up scrambling to make ends meet. For some, it can be too much, and they are not able to get everything they need, leaving their little scholars unprepared. What you see here is a mother who notices this and is choosing to take a hands-on approach. Meet Tracy West, the creator and founder of Tracy and Family's annual book bag giveaway.
I want the community to know that we're all in this together.
An event that she began in 2019 when she noticed how cheap it was to buy materials when children were not in school. So she began stockpiling supplies, knowing that kids in her neighborhood would eventually return back to school.
The list is huge, and it didn't used to be that way, even when my kids were in school.
Tracy is a single parent. Her passion comes from a place of understanding. She too once struggled to make sure her own children had everything they needed for school. Then and even now, all of her children have grown and left the house, taking her worry with them.
Times when, like, school closed and Christmas, those times where there's just a little more responsibility on the back of the single parent, those were the times that I found most challenging.
However, the older she gets and the older they get is the younger everyone else gets. She knows that her own children are not the only children in need. She figures if she has it to give, she will give it. And thus this event was born.
Just because I'm not buying book bags for my kids, or I don't have that responsibility anymore, that I could still buy book bags for other kids.
Flyers were shared on Facebook every year, letting those in need know that there is an outstretched helping hand in the community. Sure enough, kids and family from all over the community gathered to take advantage of this opportunity. This year alone, she gave away 237 bags. She says that one must plan for success, and if you don't have the materials you need, there's no way you can succeed.
I want it to be a time that they feel that there is assistance. There is someone that gets it, that's been there.
She hopes that this event will get bigger every year, and with more help from family, friends, and neighbors, she can expand it even further. She intends to make it easier for everyone to succeed. Being home again reminded me of the loving care that my mother gave to me when I was growing up. A bit of that love travels with every book bag that she gives away. She intended for the children to have more than enough than they needed.
With full school supplies, put notebook paper, pencils, crayons, scissors, glue, with all the works. And we're going to do hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, water for the kids. Just something fun, and I would like to make the going back to school thing not a pressure thing. It could be something fun.
She included things like coloring books, colored pencils, crayons, and other creative things as well. As she says, it is one less thing to worry about. She thinks the event is small, as she hopes to grow it every year, but the gesture is huge. She is an inspiring woman and a loving mother who is not afraid to show that she cares deeply for others who were in the position that she was in. She wanted kids in the community to gain more than just a book bag. She wanted them to gain peace of mind. From the West family, we hope you all have a great school year. Tyrese West, Lights Camera Akron, ZTV.
Oh my goodness, what a great thing she did. Hopefully she can continue to do it every year. In other news, the city of downtown Cuyahoga Falls welcomes back Falls Fridays for the first time since the pandemic in 2020.
I see. Gatherings of people are starting to resume, and that means more fun for people in the community. You covered that, didn't you, Hannah?
I sure did. I've even gone to one of the events myself, and I had a blast. Live music, food, and a whole lot of fun. In this segment, let's take a look. Falls Fridays is a free event series that includes fun for the entire family. COVID-19 may have stopped this event from happening last year in 2020, but the events were back on this year, and if you missed the chance to go, don't worry because they will continue next summer in 2022. At the corner of Front Street and Stowe Avenue, downtown Cuyahoga Falls was booming with crowds of families, live music, food trucks, and booths with shops selling everything from candles to soaps to knit hats and scarves. There were even some pretty cute stuffed animals as well. Events started at 5 p.m. and went till 10 p.m. every Friday starting at the beginning of August to the first Friday in September. All events are family friendly, and it is a great chance to celebrate and give thanks to the local businesses. When you first get to the festival, go ahead and grab yourself a drink and take a seat in the stands with the audience and relax while bands and singers alike serenade the festival and set the mood to spend a relaxing time with your family. From violins to cellos to guitars and pianos, the talent is undeniable coming from performers here to entertain the crowds. After taking your time to appreciate the music, walk around to the different booths and shops, not only set up in the middle of the festival, but also the local businesses along the roads surrounding the festival. Each of the shops were seeing floods of people coming into their doors and leaving with bags of goodies like chocolate, popcorn, and candy. It was so good to see everybody out and about enjoying time with their loved ones. If you're feeling hungry right about now, you thankfully have many options to choose from for dinner, like the different food trucks set up near the stage selling tacos, smoothie bowls, and fresh squeezed lemonade. If food trucks aren't your thing in particular, that's okay because you can visit a local restaurant around the area for a beautiful dinner by the river. After dinner, you can take a nice walk along the small trails leading down closer to the river to sit and relax and appreciate the beauty that is downtown Cuyahoga Falls. Each Friday, proceeds from beer sales benefit a different local organization or program. On this particular Friday, beer sales went towards benefiting the Victim Assistance Program of Summit County. And do not worry if you missed the fun this summer. The city of Cuyahoga Falls will be hosting many more opportunities to get out and explore the town, like the farmers market in the falls that happens every Friday from August 6th until October 1st from 4 to 7 p.m. to support local farmers looking to sell locally grown fresh products to the community. Or their downtown trick-or-treat Friday, October 8th, 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. with a costume contest following, as well as an outdoor family dance on the plaza and an outdoor movie, all family-friendly, all free of charge. Premier sponsors of Falls Fridays are Western Reserve Hospital and Clear Gold Audio and Lighting. Don't forget to put Falls Fridays in downtown Cuyahoga Falls on your 2022 calendar so you don't miss out on any of the family fun.
Well, when you're right, you're right. It did look like a bunch of fun.
It was, and I think we should use this next commercial break to relax a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely should. LCA will be back in a flash. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron, everyone. The University of Akron has just finished its last polls for homecoming court this week. Homecoming weekend is next weekend, so make sure you come out and enjoy the events the university is hosting.
Yes, the Zips homecoming game is happening, and the homecoming royalty will be announced as well. Our reporter, Leah, was nominated, and we hope she gets it.
We sure do. Good luck, Leah. Well, that seems to be all the time that we have for today's episode.
Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, double tap to our posts on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at ZTVLCA for the latest. I'm Hannah Wines.
And I'm Tyrese West, and thank you so much for watching Lights, Camera, Akron. We'll see you guys next time.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. Do you want to gain experience in video production, professional social media, or working with real clients? Visit the UA School of Communications online or follow us on social media to learn more. ZTV, make media, make a difference.